everyone, Eternia here, and today guys, we're going to be taking a look at the Maleficent B event. Now, I do apologize that I didn't get to this sooner. I have been very busy with work, doing a lot of cleaning, so I have been busy. And unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to make a video on the mini high score challenge event. But at the very least, it is super easy and everybody should be able to get all the Chip and Dales. So, either way, let's go ahead and get started. And the requirements for this do say to use 1 reversed medal, and also equip 3 Wishes Keyblade. So I'm just going to go ahead and go in here with this setup, and I'm just going to take this magic medal, because the friend medal really shouldn't matter for these early stages. Do I have to defeat all enemies? I don't. I'm not really sure which way is the right way, though. It said that the target enemy was up that way, but it doesn't necessarily mean that that is correct. So, I'm gonna go ahead and just start following where it says the target enemy is. Okay, so there we go. We're ready to the target enemy. And I am, trying to use my Nova. I'm going to go ahead and use that, and easy enough. I believe that there are, I think 14 or 15 quests total. I haven't really spoiled anything for myself. I just saw somebody in my group take a screenshot of the last completed mission, and I believe it was 14 or 15. And I think that, it may be the last quest has a chance of dropping Maleficent medals. I don't know. I know that it's at least farmable because, you're able to get a boosted one. And what are the requirements here? Lady Luck. Okay, so it seems like it's going to be a theme of use a specific Keyblade and have a specific amount of reverse medals. So, let's go ahead and just follow the path and see what happens. And I'm just using Sebastian here just to make defeating these enemies a little easier. Which I still say that SP, Gauge 1, and Sebastian are absolutely amazing. Highly recommend it. I also highly recommend SP Gauge 1 and the illustrated Belle and Beast medal. That is also a really good combination. But yeah, so far guys, it is relatively easy. I'm sure that it is going to increase in difficulty as we progress. But for now, it is not that bad. Okay, so it looks like it's going up about... Okay, so it's not going up that much yet. It wants me to equip Treasure Trove, use 1 reverse medal. Okay, so this works. Which actually, I haven't changed this to the setup that I want yet. I will need to do that. Because this is still the old setup before I got HD Beast. Okay, and I'm just gonna continue to follow the path where it shows the target enemy will be. And actually here, if you have illustrated Belle and Beast, it would probably be really useful to get rid of that defense. In this case, because my Sebastian is guilted, it really didn't matter, and it destroyed that aeroplane regardless. Alright, so that is now completed. Alright, so far so good. Nothing weird thrown at us yet, and I did get my first Maleficent B medal, which is awesome, and hopefully I get enough to guild her by the end of this. I will guild her in this video for you guys, and I will farm some extras for myself off camera. So, it wants me to use Moogle O'Glory, so I will. I'm going to bring in... Okay, there we go. I'm going to bring in a boosted World of Final Fantasy Sephiroth, just because, it can hit everything without being too much of a problem. Alright. And I could definitely see this potentially being a problem if you wanted to complete all the objectives and you don't necessarily have Moogle O'Glory leveled up. Because I do know that there are some people who still don't have Moogle O'Glory leveled up. So hopefully this isn't too bad at level 100, and hopefully you have strong enough medals to get through this quest. But so far, it looks like the only tough thing for sure is having reverse medals, because honestly not everybody is going to have all the right typings for reverse medals on these specific keyblades as well. And you can't use borrowed medals, which makes it even more difficult. At least with this Divine Rose, everybody should have, like, Zigbar B or Zaldin B to use, so in this case it shouldn't be that bad. Which I still highly recommend you guys, that you should be spending whatever magic and speed gems you get on Divine Rose, just because it is such a good keyblade. But regardless, the enemies are still not too bad. It really isn't gonna get too bad until we hit, I would say probably like level 200 is probably when it's gonna start getting a little bit difficult. And I'm just gonna use my Nova here. I'm actually very curious to see, at the end, how Maleficent's multiplier is going to be fully good. Because I want to say she cost 5 special gauges, which makes her a little expensive, but if she has a high multiplier, then it might actually be a really good medal. So let's go ahead and go to Olympia, which actually I've been using Olympia quite a bit. That's why my Olympia is leveled a bit more. I have been using this setup a lot in replacement of Treasure Trove, so that way I can use like HD Beast, for example, which I hate to admit that I've had to use quite a few mirrors on my HD Beast because he did not roll very well. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and get rid of the defense buff here. And I'm just going to tap. Okay, so the enemies are starting to get a little bit more HP. And if you have illustrated Belle and Beast, I would actually recommend start bringing that in here so that way you can get rid of any defense buffs that the enemy has. Oh, I need to use 2 or more reverse medals. I thought I had 2 on there. Shoot. Okay, so I need to go back in and do that again. I'm not going to worry about it right now unless it has a Maleficent B medal there. And it does, so I apologize for that, guys. I don't know. Let me just... What can I put on here? Let's go ahead and take off Ansem can stay right there. Do I have any buffers that are reverse? I have Roxas, Axel, and Xion that I can bring in. Is that really the only reverse buffer? Aside from HD, well, Ursula, I guess, but she's not really... Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and bring in... Sleep... Sure, that is what I'm going to do. Because I'm not really sure what else to stick there, because I still want at least a little bit of a buff. So, I'm just gonna stick Roxas, Axel, and Xion on there. I can't even say their names. Okay. So, whatever, I'm just gonna go ahead and use Roxas, Axel, and Xion here. And swipe, swipe, tap. Which, if worse comes to worse, oh, that is why I wanted to keep Illustrated Belle and Beast. Okay, so they're definitely making this interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Sora, Donald, and Goofy B here. Which, if you guys are having trouble getting around that, I would bring in Belle or Alice if you don't have Illustrated Belle and Beast. Just because that defense buff can sometimes make it really hard to defeat an enemy. Okay, so I'm sorry that I had to go through that again, guys. There's the other Maleficent B medal. So, what is next? 3 wishes. 3 or more reverse medals? Are you kidding? Okay. So, I already have 1. Okay, so let's do... I'm not even sure what to stick on here. Let's stick Ice Titan... I guess Xion? And then one of my Jack and Sally's. Yeah, it's definitely going to be very difficult to complete those reverse objectives, just because not everybody is going to have reverse medals in every category. Yeah, let's just go ahead and bring in World of Final Fantasy Sephiroth again. Ooh, caution. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and use Ariel and Flounder. And this one has quite a lot of HP, and all that really hurt. Oh goodness. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna tap, 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 tap. Okay, that worked. And I believe that my Nova will be enough to take it out. Alright, there we go. And really, in all honesty, something that you guys might have to do if, one of the requirements has Maleficent B and it's use a certain amount of reverse medals, you might just have to go in and stick random reverse medals on your Keyblades, even if they aren't the proper slots. So, it might get a little difficult. But at the very least, you should have the free organization B medals, like Zigbar B, Zaldin B, so you could use those in that scenario. Actually, you could completely skip the equip certain Keyblade requirement as well and go in there with whatever would benefit you the best. Because it seems like all you're getting are Moogle medals for those equip certain keyblades. So, do whatever works for you guys, but... Okay, let's do... Sure, that works. Wait, did I put 3 or more there? No. Let's give up. Okay, let's make sure that I have, another reverse medal on here. Let's just get rid of... Let's just get rid of Mickey. And sure, Zig Barbie works. Which I probably should eventually do something with my Zig Barbie, because I do have Zig Barbie fully gilded. I just haven't really done anything with Zigbar yet. Which I kind of really wanted to use Zaldin B, but unfortunately, he did not roll very well for me if you guys watched my video on that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use Sora Donald and Goofy B to get past these. And I think that's just what I'm gonna do for the rest of these enemies. Just use Sora Donald and Goofy B. And there we go. Target enemy. And my Nova should be enough, so I'll go ahead and just use that. And there we go. Okay, so far so good on the objectives. Nothing has thrown a curveball at me yet, other than not paying attention to what the objectives say. Okay, 3 or more reversed medals and treasure trove, which I need to go in and do something with that. I believe that will be fine. Let me just switch some things around. Let's take that off. And I'll just stick, Ansem on there. Ansem should just be good enough. Really, I probably should have something AoE at the end of Treasure Trove. But I think I'll be okay, so I'm not going to worry about it. Which actually, thinking about it, I really don't have very many reverse AoE. I think about the only thing that, I have is Zayix. Thinking about it. We really need more reverse power medals. Hopefully we get some more reverse power medals soon. Because, I mean, sure we have, HD Roxas, but not everybody is lucky enough to pull HD Roxas. So, hopefully we get another, like, tier 3, reverse medal that, or even, an easily gettable, like, maybe a VIP medal that's reverse power. That would be great, because I need more reverse power medals. Okay, so that is done and completed. And we got another Maleficent B medal. So cool. And bye-bye Trick Master. And what have we got here? Okay, so we're definitely starting to get more Maleficent B medals. And we're starting to get into harder territory. Okay, so this... let me go ahead. I will probably just take off, Minnie and Daisy at the end of Moogle Glory and put something random there. I'll just go ahead and stick Shark on there, just because. Just to fill that requirement of having a certain amount of reverse metals. Okay, so let's go ahead and I think I'm just gonna continue to stick with World of Final Fantasy Sephiroth as my friend metal, just because it can cover anything that comes my way. And I think I'm okay to just tap here, so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm gonna go ahead and go the gargoyle route. It really doesn't matter with my setup which one I take, but I'm just gonna go ahead and take the gargoyle route. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use Bell and Beast, and then use my Nova. Alright. So, it's definitely starting to get harder. Oh, it said 4 more. Oh, okay. It really might help if I had paid attention to that. I assumed that it was just 3. Oh goodness, okay. So, it's starting to do 4 more because the next one is also 4 more. So, let's just get rid of Jack and Sally, and let's just put she on there, I guess. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and quickly go back in there and redo that. And that's only because I'm getting a Maleficent B medal off of it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be wasting video time doing this again for you guys, but I do want to guilt Maleficent B, so I'm just gonna go ahead and tap. And I'm just gonna go ahead and do the power enemies this time. Ouch, that's a lot of HP. I mean, it's nothing that Ursula can't handle, but that is still quite a bit of HP. I would probably recommend going after the gargoyle, because I think it had less HP than that. I mean, ultimately, in the end, it's going to depend on whatever your medals are, but... Okay. So, this time I'm gonna make sure that I have 4 more equipped before I go into the next quest. And I better pay attention too, because it might even try to pull stick 5 or more reverse medals, which that might be a little bit hard. Have there been enough organization member medals for 4 more reverse medals? Let's see, the first one we got was Marluxia, right? So that's 1, 2... I think there's enough? Maybe not, actually, because not everybody could get Xemnas B either. Okay, let's just go ahead and continue, and... Divine Rose. Okay, let's go to this. Let's just pull off all of those. And I'm gonna keep Belle and Beast on there. Let's just throw Ursula on there. Let's throw she on there. And I'm just gonna do Marley B. Okay, so let's go back in here. And that's honestly pretty bad that the friend medal doesn't count as one of the requirements. You would think that they'd be nice enough to, you know, let you use friend medals as one of the requirements for the use reverse medals. But no, they're expecting you to have quite a few reverse medals. Okay, so let's go ahead and use Bound Beast. Is Sephiroth gonna be enough? I think Sephiroth will be enough. Okay, yes. Sephiroth was enough. And yeah, the enemies are definitely starting to get a lot stronger. And actually, so far, the enemies haven't really dropped any Maleficent B medals, right? So, is it only the last quest that drops medals? I don't know. I'm very curious. I might use a couple skip tickets on the last quest just to see. Okay, there's the Maleficent B medal. But if they only make it farmable on the last quest, that's gonna be really hard. Ooh, okay, so... Olympia... And I have 3. Let's just pull that off. I'll just stick Sephiroth there. So that is... Oh, wait. I'm counting Beast. I should not be counting Beast, because he is not a reverse medal. Sure. Let's go with Shark. But yeah, it looks like you're gonna have to rely on a heavy hitter for these last few quests, just because you're gonna have to make some really funky setups if you want to complete those objectives. Okay, so... Ouch. Okay, so... It really hurts not having illustrated Bound Beast here. But hopefully the enemies are not... Okay. Sora, Donald, and Goofy B can still take care of them, thankfully. Okay, I should be fine here as well. I think to be on the safe side, I'm gonna go ahead and use illustrated Ansem there. Which I wouldn't even normally use illustrated Ansem there, but that's a lot of HP. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and use Roxas, Axel, and Xion. You know, it's funny, I haven't used Roxas, Axel, and Xion in forever, but this event is actually making me use Roxas, Axel, and Xion again. So, I guess it's kind of nice to use something that I haven't used in months, so that's pretty cool. Okay, there's another Maleficent B medal, and I don't think any of these that come with the objectives are boosted. I think that those are only dropped. Ooh, Starlight? 5 or more reverse medals. Yeah, it can't really be in more because you only have 5 slots. Okay, so let's skip the Starlight. Let's just start pulling everything off of here. Yeah, I can already see a huge problem with this. I'm not really going to have any big damage dealers. The only thing that I can think of is throwing my Zayx on the reverse slot. But my Zayx only has attack boost to max. So this could potentially be a problem. Okay, I guess let's do this, I'm not even really sure what to stick here. Ursula. And I guess Ice Titan. Okay, that's what we're gonna go with. It might be a problem, though. Although I do have World of Final Fantasy Sephiroth as a backup. Hopefully World of Final Fantasy Sephiroth, the friend medal, is going to be enough to carry me through this, because I'm legitimately terrified of this. Okay, maybe I should have tried using Ursula there anyway. Wow, I am doing, like, not a lot of damage without boosters. Okay, is this gonna kill me? Okay, we're going to give up and we're going to try something else completely different. Okay. We're going to take Ursula off. And actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick you there, pull you off. Okay, that is what I'm going to do. That way I can at least have some kind of boost. Wow, I haven't used the double Roxas Axel and Shion setup in literally forever. But that is what I am going with, so... Okay, is there anything else that I might bring in here? I literally think World of Final Fantasy Sephiroth is probably my best bet, just because it can deal with anything, any type of attribute. Okay, so... yeah, Roxas Axel and Shion. And again. And hopefully this helps a little. Because that was pretty bad before. Okay, that worked a lot better. We're going to go with speed, because I don't even want to try to deal with that magic enemy down there, because Zayx is going to be dealing the bulk of my damage here. And hopefully I have enough, whatchamacallit, SP to deal with this. I definitely should on Shion and then just use my Nova here. Okay, so did that work? That worked. Yes, okay, so success. Yay! Alright. See, that's what I'm talking about, the problem with not having very many reverse power medals. Thankfully, I had a Gilted Zayx, even if it did only have attack boost 2. But, oh no, it wants me to use Starlight again. No! Are you kidding? Okay, so I might have to go and restore some special. I'm gonna see if I can get through this without doing that. Okay, I think maybe I can. Maybe if I skip out on you... Well, actually, I'm back at max, so... I think I'm okay to use Zayx here. Having Attack Prize Plus on one of my, Roxas, Axel, and Shion medals definitely helps. Okay. I can see a problem with both of these enemies. This one can give you random status infliction, and this one's going to have a defense buff. And also, Zayx is stronger against this one, but the defense buff might make it harder. I'm just gonna go with the... Ooh, it has plus 4 HP. And I'm paralyzed. And nope. We're just gonna give up. Okay. So, yeah. Let's try this again, and let me take a look at the cannon gun, because I don't think the Pester Jester is the way to go. Because that is a lot of HP, and I don't even think that I can one-turn that at all with the setup. So, yeah, we're gonna go with the cannon gun, and I'm going to hope for the best. I'm probably going to still be in trouble there too, but... Okay, that looks a lot better than the Pester Jester down there. And I think, hopefully, this does enough damage. Wow, that is doing nothing because of the defense buff. Good. Okay, can I at least finish off the plant here? Okay, good. I finished both of them off. I am so thankful for World of Final Fantasy Sephiroth. I would have literally been in trouble without that. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and buff myself twice, and then use my Nova here. And I'll just tap. Wow, I don't even know what to tell you guys for this stage. Because if you don't have, some of the early, reverse medals, like Roxas, Axel, and Xion, to actually give you an attack boost, I legitimately don't know how to get past that, because if I didn't have those boosts, I don't think I would have been able to get past that. And I'm literally facepalming because I see that it's still Starlight. This is the last quest though, so... Okay. I'm just gonna use the same strategy that I did before. Yeah, we're gonna go with this one up here, even though I really don't want to do either of them. Okay, Zayix! Deal some damage for me. And I'm gonna have to use both Sephiroths here to finish this off. At least I hope that this is enough to finish it off. Ouch. Ouch. Okay. Do I bring Ansem in here instead? Okay, let's take off that Roxas, Axel, and Xion, and let me stick Ansem on here. Just because, yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and try this again. Which actually, I could probably just take Ice Titan off. Actually, let's do that. Let's do... Bop, bop. Oops. And where are you? Okay, so... let's try this again. Okay. This time, I think I'll be okay, because I can use, Illustrated... Well, actually, I have a defense boost now, too, because of that. Because I have defense boost 3 on my, Illustrated Ansem, so if I don't want to use Ansem there, I could always try and rely on the defense boost proccing. But at the same time, I probably won't take that risk, and I'll just go ahead and use, Ansem here. Okay, and this should be enough to finish it off now. Okay, good, good, good. Which, you could use, Smee as a replacement there, if you don't have Illustrated Handsome. Which actually, I would highly recommend bringing Smee into this, just because he is a reverse metal, and you're going to need some kind of buff. And I just realized the problem here is that I am running out of special. Can I do this? I really hope that I can do this. Okay, can I get past... Is this... Okay, it's the target. Oh no! No, 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 no. That does not say +7. What? No way. That is ridiculous. I'm literally going to have to use everything here. Okay, I need to use Ansem there, and then I have to use my Nova. Please be enough. Yeah, that isn't going to be enough. I am dead. Okay. So, do I need to come back in here and maybe do it twice? Doing all the objectives, and then coming back in here with 5 or more reverse medals? I think that's what I might have to do here. So, what I'm gonna do... I'm just gonna run through this twice, because I don't think that I can do this in one go. Not with this setup, anyway. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in there and complete the last 2 objectives first, and then I'll come back in with a different setup to complete the first objective. So let's go ahead and get you. Let's go ahead and grab Ansem there. And just to make sure that I don't run... Well, I could probably... No, I'm gonna go ahead and stick Minnie and Daisy on the end of that, just to make sure that I don't run out of special. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do first. I'm going to complete the first 2 objectives, and the target enemy is Speed. So instead of World of Final Fantasy Sephiroth, I am probably... Do I want to take in Beast? Or do I want AoE? I think I'm actually going to go ahead and go with Beast. I think that's what I'm going to do here. Okay, so let's go ahead, and it really doesn't matter which one I choose here, because I have, Did that really just happen? Okay, I totally meant to swipe that, guys. I apologize. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, what I was trying to say before that happened is that, the medals that I equipped are strong against any type of enemies, so it really shouldn't matter what I use here. Okay, and you should be able to take care of this. Okay. And as I'm doing this, guys, I'm actually thinking of what I want to do for getting the used 5 or more reverse medals objective here. I think I have a plan in mind for that, so hopefully that will work. Okay, so far, so good. And I think I'll be okay here as long as everything activates that I need to activate. Okay, let's go ahead and use Ansem, and then use my Nova. Okay, this is a lot better. Okay, so last two objectives are completed. Now I just have to come back in and do the first objective, which I think I'm actually going to use Divine Rose to do that, just so I have that last slot as a attack medal position. So let me come back in here with Divine Rose. Okay, so for this, I'm gonna throw everything off of there. And because it is a speed-based enemy, I'm going to bring in a power buff, because Sephiroth will be changed to a power type metal against a target enemy, because that's what I'm worried about, is the target enemy. I'm gonna go ahead and bring Ansem in here, which actually, let's do this. And you can go there, you can go there. Okay, this is what I'm going to do, because I think I can get through it with this. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. And I'm going to go ahead and bring in, well, should I bring in AoE? Is Sephiroth gonna be enough? You know what, just in case if I can't beat the target enemy, I'm going to bring in HD Beast. Okay, so definitely going for this one here. And I shouldn't need to use Shark on this. I can probably just get away with using Ansem here. And then Sephiroth should be able to take it out. Okay, let's go for... let's go ahead and go for power. Oops, that is not what I meant to do at all. Okay, it's okay, I'm not too worried about it. Because I believe that this should still be enough to take it out. Hopefully. Okay, it wasn't, so let's go ahead and use Beast. Okay, and now for the tough part. And this is the part that I am legitimately worried about. But I think I'll be okay as long as I literally use everything here. Which actually, I probably didn't... well, yes, I do need Shark because of the target enemy here being so difficult. Okay. Will this take it out? Okay, that does indeed take it out. So I didn't even need to worry about Beast there. Thank goodness. Okay. And do you actually drop medals? That is the question. Okay, no, I only got the objective one. And it does drop medals, right? I wasn't crazy. That's what it said in the notice, didn't it? We're going to check that. 15 quests. Blah, blah, blah. Okie dokie. And the 15th. Okay, so it is only the last quest that drops the medal. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and just use a few skip tickets on this. Oh, actually, wait. Let me switch outfits here to item drop perk. Which one was it? Was that the one that had... Was that really the most? I don't know. I'll need to see if I need to update that outfit. But I'm gonna do this a few times just to see if I can get a boosted one. Just so I can guild a boosted one. If not, I'll just guild a regular one and then put that into a boosted one later on. But let's go ahead and just use some skip tickets here just because I am not going through that again. Okay, so nothing so far. And I won't do this too many times because I'm sure that this video is already getting very long. So hopefully it hasn't divided the video into 2 parts. Because sometimes it likes to do that. Okay, I'll do this one more time after this, and if it doesn't drop, I'll just go ahead and guild it and then re-roll it into a boosted one later on. I got one! Yes! Okay, awesome. So I can guild a boosted one for you guys. Sweet! Okay, so let's go in here. Let's just do magic, sort, newest. Okay. So let's go ahead and do this, do this. Oops. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, and optimize. And optimize. Just gonna throw one of those there. And let's evolve her. Wow, that is already a very good multiplier from what I can see. Okay, so this one I only need to throw one there and then optimize. And there. Okay, so let's go ahead and guild her. Let's go ahead and lock the boosted one here because this is the one that I am going to want to use. Okay, let's keep my fingers crossed for something good because otherwise I'm going to have to reroll. Okay, 62%, that's alright. I will go ahead and reroll her off screen. So, anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, and take care. Bye!